NASA's Curiosity rover has uncovered the best evidence yet that life may have once existed on Mars. In two separate studies on data collected by the Mars rover over the last few years, scientists identified an abundant source of organic matter in an ancient lakebed, and traced some of the planet's atmospheric methane to its roots. The groundbreaking results will help to guide the search for microbial life, and improve our understanding of seasonal processes on Mars. The chances of being able to find signs of ancient life with future missions, if life ever was present, just went up, said Curiosity's project scientist, Ashwin Vasavada of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. NASA revealed details on the latest findings in a press conference Thursday afternoon. While the announcement may not be the detection of life itself, the findings address factors that are fundamental to our search for life, explained Paul Mahaffey, director of the Solar System Exploration Division at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, during the conference. Organic molecules contain carbon and hydrogen, as well as nitrogen and other elements. These molecules are typically associated with life on Earth, but can also be created through non-biological processes. The molecules identified in the Curiosity samples were found in rocks from an ancient lakebed, explained lead author and astrobiologist Dr. Jennifer L. Eigenbrode. The rover extracted and heated samples from Mojave and Confidence Hills in the Gale crater, both of which are known to contain mudstones dating back roughly 3 billion years. This revealed the presence of molecules that resembled organic-rich sedimentary rock found on Earth, according to the team, including thiophenes, benzene, toluene, and small carbon chains, such as propane or butene. Those organic molecules could have come from life, Eigenbrode said, but we don't know that there was ever life on Mars. So those specific molecules are not evidence of life. Instead, the researcher explained, these molecules could be traced to non-life sources, such as meteorites. What we're looking at here are a lot of layers that were put down in an ancient lake, Eigenbrode said during the press conference, addressing the yet unknown origins of the newly detected organic matter. That lake had been there for a long periods of time, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of years. Organic materials can come into that lake through rivers, they can be windblown in, or they can be formed in the lake itself through biology, Eigenbrode continued. One source could be meteorites and falling, or rock-forming processes that form organics on their own. We don't have enough information from the observations we've made to know what the source is, and how it got in there. According to the researcher, these molecules detected on Mars differ by a single carbon side chain from those seen on Earth, suggesting they may be fragments of larger organic molecules. The rock samples were analyzed by Curiosity's Sample Analysis at Mars, SAM, instrument suite, which heated them to more than 900 degrees Fahrenheit to release organic molecules as gases. It then identified them using a mass spectrometer. While the latest discovery may not mean Curiosity has found evidence of ancient life on Mars just yet, it is a promising step forward ahead of missions that plan to dig even deeper into the Martian soil, and a good sign of the planet's ancient habitability, the researchers say. The new findings reinforce our conclusions that there is marine organic matter in the ancient sediments, and they tell us about how the organic molecules are preserved in the rocks, Eigenbrode, lead author of one of the studies, told Mail Online. The detection of organic matter in rocks from an ancient habitable environment on Mars bode well for the future search for life on Mars. Organic matter could come from life, but the presence of organics is not evidence for life since organics can also come from non-life processes, Eigenbrode said. We found organic matter in rocks exposed at the surface where the environment is very harsh, and tends to break down organic matter. Finding it in this harsh place means we might find better preserved organic matter in other places, particularly where it has not been exposed to lots of radiation. To do this, we might drill deep, which is what ESA's ExoMars rover plans to do, Eigenbrode continued. Alternatively, we could look for outcrops that have been recently excavated by erosion or meteorite impacts. Perhaps NASA's Mars 2020 mission will have this opportunity, and will cache samples for return to Earth. In addition to the discovery of organic materials, the Curiosity data also reveal new clues on the origins of Mars' mysterious methane. While methane is known to exist in the scant Martian atmosphere, just how it got there has remained a mystery. On Earth, this compound is linked to biological sources, meaning it's closely tied to the presence of life. But on Mars, scientists have proposed numerous other abiotic processes that could have given rise to the methane in question. In the second of the two new studies, researchers used measurements of atmospheric methane captured by the Curiosity rover to better understand its origins. The team looked at data from 3 Martian years, revealing strong fluctuations that appear to follow a seasonal cycle. This is the first time we've seen something repeatable in the methane story, so it offers us a handle in understanding it, said Chris Webster of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, lead author of the second paper. This is all possible because of Curiosity's longevity. The long duration has allowed us to see the patterns in this seasonal breathing. Mars methane, the researchers found, ranges from about 0.24 to 0.65 parts per billion, peaking near the end of summer in the northern hemisphere. After ruling out several possible sources, the authors say the data suggests large amounts of Martian methane is likely coming from beneath the surface, trapped in water-based crystals called clathrates. This gas is then released in varying amounts as the temperature changes across the seasons, rising through the cracks and fissures in the ground to escape to the atmosphere. According to NASA, the methane could have been generated through the water. Rock chemistry might have generated the methane, but the scientists also say they cannot rule out the possibility of biological origins. Each new piece of the puzzle is a crucial step in the search for ancient Martian life. Are there signs of life on Mars? Said Michael Meyer, lead scientist for NASA's Mars exploration program, at NASA headquarters. We don't know, but these results tell us we are on the right track.